Starting now. On this double header of the Poker Live podcast, I'm joined again by a man that has not taken a day off of streaming for 55 years. He's played poker for 75 years straight, and we're going to find out just what he's been up to, how his relationship with Samantha Abernathy's been going, and all sorts of other things down here. So what's going on, everybody? My name's Joey, 1AK Chicago. Joey, before we get into it, had a podcast today with Bill Perkins earlier. That one was fucking awesome. You got to check it out. Also, we decided, you know what? People love merchandise. I see Tonk out there. He's got a bunch of cool stuff. A lot of other people got some stuff. So people said, hey, when are you bringing back DTO's A Way of Life? So we're bringing back the tank tops, T-shirts, the hoodies. We got the Eat, Sleep, PLO merchandise back up. And I'm going to give away one lucky winner a night with the sexiest woman of their entire lives for someone that buys it. And that is a confirmed fact. But let's get into it, man. I'm trying to repent for my sins from this weekend in Miami. We're joined by the man who's fucking Tonka. Do you ever take a day off? Honestly, when have you taken a day off in your life? I swear to God, it seems like 7 days a week streaming.
No, I've been slacking. I've been going on trips, not streaming as much, but no, we've been streaming mostly. Just take a few trips in the last few months, so people get salty when you take a week off,
Hey Tonka, where you been taking trips to?
Oh, we're visiting the girlfriend in Sweden a little bit. Been heading
a Swedish kid. What are you getting big time on? Wait a goddamn minute. Last time you came on, you're dating Samantha Abernathy. Now you got a Swedish girlfriend? What is going on here, man?
Oh yeah. Apparently if you're just a Twitch streamer, you don't have to have good looks or any good chat or anything like that. You just become a Twitch streamer, and then Sam Abernathy, pretty Swedish girls. For the record, I have never even met Sam Abernathy, so yeah.
No, I talked to her at the Poker Awards this year and multiple other times, and I let her know about her relationship with you, and she confirmed it. So I don't know. It's really weird. You guys have actually never met in person before yet. Had this intimate relationship with debatably one of the most attractive women in poker. I find that a little strange, but at the same time, I want to know more.
Very intimate.
Good. So how's poker been going, man? It seems like it's going well for you. You got the 888 poker sponsorship deal since the last time we talked. You're doing commentary. It seems like you've been doing a lot of really good stuff out there, man.
We've been doing some things. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. The whole 888 deal, really fun stuff. I'm really excited to be a part of the team. Hopeful for the future of what's going down. But yeah, commentating with Tuckman as well at some events has been really fun. I'm not going to be going to the Barcelona one, but I'll be in the London one in October.
Yeah, so how are you liking the commentating? Obviously, Jason Somerville's done a lot of commentating. A lot of other guys, I've even done some commentating. Other guys have done a lot. You play a lot of no-home tournaments, so this is probably right up your alley in terms of what you feel like you're good at and what you're comfortable at doing.
Yeah, definitely. So it's like streaming, but easier, because you have somebody there to do it with you and to take breaks with you and stuff. Because Tuckman asked me is it harder than just streaming? And I was like, no, because streaming, first of all, you playing poker, right? So that's pretty mentally exhausting. And then second of all, you're by yourself, just playing poker and just fucking talking to yourself the entire time. And you don't have a second to breathe, because if you slow down talking, then you lose momentum and everything like that. But yeah, no, commentating is nice. I like it.
Does it seem like you might want to do some more of that in the future? Because obviously Tuckman does the World Series of Poker stuff. That could be something out there for you. And it seems like, I don't know, I feel like the content in poker's, I don't know, man. I feel like there's some sort of shift happening here, and it seems like there'll be a lot more potential openings in the future for new faces who are great at talking, which I feel like you're one of them.
Yeah. Well, thank you. But yeah, I think I'll definitely be doing it at least at pretty much every single 888 live event, which we're running. We ran 3 this year, and I'm not sure how many are going to go next year. But yeah, I would usually be going to the Barcelona one in next month, but going to be a big month of online, so going to grind out that.
Isn't the scoops next month? Is that what it is? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
How do you feel like poker's been going then with the commentating, with everything else, and obviously doing more YouTube stuff and doing more Twitch stuff? Do you feel like your poker results have taken a bit of hit as a result, or do you feel like it's you've still been able to keep it up?
I don't really think it's as a result. Obviously you're not going to be playing as perfectly, right? If you're streaming it, giving the information to other people, and I feel like streaming can help you, or can force you to develop some bad habits sometimes, because you you're talking about a spot and like the same spot comes up a lot and you just like say the same thing over and over and over again. And so like I feel like in like some spots that can, you know, stunt your growth and like stop you from thinking outside the box. But recently I've been on like a downswing for a few months, but that's just fucking playing tournaments, online poker tournaments, you know? I've lost it.
Yeah, I guess it's also kind of a thing. I mean, I remember when we first met, man, you were fucking crushing it, right? But I feel like you were also very much more focused in terms of you had less opportunity, you had less going on outside of the YouTube stuff. You didn't have the fucking girlfriend. You don't have this like this sort of brand that you try to build. And when you start putting more mental energy to these other things, as I certainly know, it's very tough to maintain that high level of poker intensity and focus that you sort of know you're capable of. And I've always sort of went back and forth and struggled with that. And I would imagine you probably felt a little bit of that too, with just expanding with everything you're doing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's no denying that that's like just like how things work, you know? Like it's just, if you are going to focus more on the stream, more on, you know, promoting like Team Never Lucky and, you know, 888 sponsorship deal, like I have more responsibilities with that now and stuff. There's just a lot of things going on. But yeah, things will definitely suffer like your poker game and stuff. I don't really think that like my poker game's got like so bad that I'm not like a winning player at like high stakes anymore or something like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I can feel that, especially with taking more breaks and stuff like that just happens. But I think that a recent downswing, like it's not even that big of a downswing, and I've been absolutely smashing sit and goes at the same time. So I'm actually not even losing on the year. I'm probably up money. I'm up like heaps of money in sit and goes, running way above EV. So that's pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're still early in the year. It's about to be April 1st. My God, where the fuck did this year go? But I mean, yeah, it's still early in the year ago. But how are the games actually online in terms of tournaments? Because I never really kept up with tournaments that much, but I certainly am keeping up with it even less now. So is competition getting a little bit stronger with more regulations being introduced, or do you feel like the games are still? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I feel like I might be saying something funny where, you know, maybe tournaments never actually hard, but in your opinion, do you feel like it's got a little bit tougher?
Yeah, I mean, I think that like the general progression is just always going to be getting tougher. You know, like I can't see an event in the future other than some like other boom that I don't really know how that would happen. But I don't really see like any way it gets like softer. So like I just think that the transition is always going to be the game's getting tougher, especially with like more and more places like leaving, you know, like regulation. Like we lost Australia just recently. Mm-hmm. And just I don't know if there's like a ton of recreational players in Australia, but I think just like the pool getting smaller and smaller and smaller just leaves more room for regs to go. Because I mean, as I'm sure most people know, like good regs move, you know. Recreational players that play 17 tournaments a week don't move to play online poker.
Yeah, I've been getting a bunch of contacts from India lately. Like multiple different India things. Like there's a bunch of new sites there. There's new tournament series introduced. So it seems like if India has some sort of boom, and that's like, it seems like a realistic possibility with what's happening in India right now. So could be something.
I mean, that sounds nice, especially with like. Yeah, training sites though, right? Like everybody's just like always releasing a training site. It's like fucking Upswing Poker is just like always doing things and killing the games, and BitB staking is like just making all of like shit regs and like middling regs just like infinitely better.
Yeah, I mean, and I think Upswing may have I don't know. I don't know. Never mind. I think it might be a tournament product coming soon. I don't know. Allegedly, I don't know. I may have heard some rumblings on the fucking street from some people out there, but. Yeah, it does seem like the training obviously is expanding. You got Doug putting out a video every day on his YouTube channel, trying to make everybody in the world better at poker. So I think you're right. It's going to be tough for the games to get softer unless America comes back bang bang. But yeah, I think with the current state of things, it's I mean, I guess that's more of a reason for you to focus on these outside opportunities with 888, with commentating, with building a brand, and with building an audience too.
Definitely. And I mean, you know, like streams and, you know, shit like what we're doing is just like trying to get more people into poker as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's going to help the games and, you know, make things more profitable for everybody if more new signups, more people coming into poker that didn't know about it before.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a big, always been a big thing of mine, is try to get more people into poker any way I can. And it does seem like there's more and more content being put out overall where I feel like that is happening. It's hard to track it because Americans can't really play anywhere online. So it's hard to know exactly how much is converting, but at the same time, I think content's only getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So, I mean, I'm pretty optimistic about the future of poker, but maybe the overall average player might be a bit better. But at the same time, if you're still good, you're going to have a big edge against most players.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I don't really think that poker's like going anywhere as an industry. I think like all the people that say like poker's dying, it's going to be dead in a year, like all this stuff. People have been saying that for like 10 years, right? I don't know. I don't really think that. I think the game will always be around. Like even if it's less profitable for, you know, some like mid stakes, bad regulars type of thing, the top will always be winning. And, you know, no matter how much, you know, sites try to change things and make things less profitable for the people on top, people are always going to be profiting in some way.
Have you been playing any of those the new variants that PokerStars has with the jackpot and the high? Listen, I don't even know them. I can't pretend to the names. I'm not sure what they are. But are you playing any of those variants at all?
I haven't tried any of it. I played a few spins like before when those were a thing, and I don't really enjoy them. And now, I mean, because I'm playing more over an 8-8, I played some blasts, and I mean, I like them more because they're more like gimmicky and more fun. Like the fact that, you know, you go all in after 6 minutes, it's quick. And there's antes as well. I just hate pre-ante poker. Like pre-ante 3-handed poker is just like the worst thing I can imagine. And they're like the most popular thing that people are putting.
Pre-ante 3-handed poker.
Yeah, 25 big blinds deep. It's just horrendous.
I do not. I can honestly say I've never played a hand, and somehow in like 10, 11 years, I've never played a hand of pre-ante 3-handed 25 big blind poker. And I don't know if I can't imagine that. I don't know. I can't even picture what that would be like in my mind right now. But I'm going to take your word for it that it's not very fun because if you don't fucking like it, it seems like you like a lot of things. If you don't like it,
it's awful.
You know, it's got to be kind of shitty.
My whole life was 25 big blind poker for like 5 years. Like I just played 6-max sit and goes. And the worst thing ever is just playing 3-handed 25 big blinds and no antes. It's just horrendous. You can't
What's been happening with the audience, man? It seems like the audience just keeps growing and growing, man. I always hear people on Twitter always saying, hey, when you get to talk back on the pod, it seems like, man, you got a really good audience going on for yourself right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's going well. Honestly, I can't complain. Like everything is going. If I had a plan to plan, things are going well. Apart from taking, you know, time off, people don't like that. They get really sad when you take like 5 days off. They feel like that I'm neglecting them.
But at the same time, dude, you've literally been a fucking machine since I've met you. Like a machine, dude, for multiple like every day it seems like. So I feel like you've earned the time off to take that time off. And
dude, I feel like that too. But people get addicted to the stream type of thing, you know, and then they hate it when you take time off. Especially if like some people sub or something, like, oh my god, I subbed and now he's gonna take 2 weeks off. People feel like they're not getting value or something. But no, it's fine. I mean, we're gonna be coming back strong. I've taken like last like 8 days off or something like that. But I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow and then Saturday and then Sunday and then back to the regular schedule of 5 days a week.
So what's kind of life like with the Swedish girlfriend here, Poppy? So obviously you got the Swedish girlfriend. How does that work? Because you're not in Sweden, you're in Toronto and she's in Sweden. And I've tried the whole long distance overseas girl grind before, and it's tough mentally, emotionally, mentally. It could be very challenging, man.
It's not easy. It's the first like serious relationship I had in a few years, and yeah, it obviously sucks that it's on the other side of the world, but she's pretty wonderful, so we're trying to make it work, you know. I'm hopeful.
Is there any plans to potentially temporarily relocate on either side of things? Because that's something I always talk about. I'm always like, hey, why don't you move to the States? And they're like, why don't you move to insert this country? And I'm like, I've tried that before. I moved to Australia. It didn't quite work out that well. How about you move here? And
well, Sweden's like kind of a problem because one, the time zone sucks. Like I don't really want to change my schedule right now and play like the schedule that say like Lex streams or that like Jamie's streaming right now, because then you're just playing like low stakes, like shittier tournaments like earlier on in the day, you know? But yeah, so I would have to change my schedule or just play from like 6 p.m. until 2 a.m. every night if I move to Sweden, and that's not ideal. Yeah, so I don't really know. Sweden's not really an optimal place for me to move right now. But we're thinking about her coming to Canada at some point by like the end of the year or something, if if things are still going really well, you know. She's like applied for a visa and stuff, but like not to say that she'll take it for sure, and she still hasn't even gotten it, but Keeping our
Can't
options
you come
open.
here temporarily? Like just come here for like a couple weeks, hang out, and here's Tom. I don't know. She's probably gonna watch this. I don't know if I should fucking tell you the strat on the stream, but I have really good strat for what I would do. Is she gonna watch this?
I don't know.
Okay, man. I don't know. I wanted to, like, this is exceptionally good strat that's worked 3 different times for me. So I don't want to give it away and then have her know what you're doing. So let's just change that subject. So what's Sweden like? Because I've actually never been to Sweden. So what's it like over there compared to North America?
It's nice. People are kind from my experience. Honestly, I haven't seen much of Sweden. She lives in like a relatively small city in the south. Mm-hmm. So it's not like, it's not like Gothenburg or
Stockholm.
It's not like a big, like a really insane happening city, but it's nice. It's nice enough. We went on one of the last days I was there. We went out to like a lake and had like a picnic and stuff and barbecued. It was like really beautiful. But yeah,
I would imagine the scenery there's beautiful. It's probably a nice place to just like walk around, be outside, experience a little bit of nature, and instead of being cooped up inside. I think that's probably, if it's cold there too, it might not be the best option. So, been to Sweden? I imagine the weather. I don't even know. People in the chat say, what's pick of Tonka's girlfriend? I'll tell you right now, Tonka's girlfriend, beautiful girl, man. I saw a picture of her. That's all you guys got to know, man. She that ain't public, right?
Mm-hmm. She's on my Instagram. She was on the stream before a few times. The folks know her.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's Swedish.
Comments are funny. I love the chat, man. Oh my god, kid, what's that? You got the Raptors game tonight? Is that what you're talking about doing?
Yeah, in an hour and 7 minutes, it's popping off. I don't know. Like, I feel like I would have skipped it if I had been home and like going to games recently and stuff. Like, it's not like a super relevant game. I don't think. I mean, actually, every game is sort of relevant right now because everything in the East is super close. But I don't know.
Where are the Raptors at right now in the standings? I haven't been looking too much at the standings in these last couple days.
We're in 4th, with like a game or 2 back of Washington. But it's really just like us and Washington duking it out, and then like the Cavs and Boston.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting playoffs this year because I feel like the Wizards. I mean, a lot of guys out there probably don't watch basketball. That's okay. We like sports. Basketball is my favorite sport. It seems like the Wizards are coming on strong. Obviously, Celtics playing pretty well. The fucking Bulls. I don't know what exactly they're doing, but I'm thinking it might be a little bit more competitive of a playoff series, and hopefully the Raptors have Lowry going pretty well, so they at least have a fighting chance with Tucker and with Ibaka in their lineup. I mean, it seems like
give us Lowry back.
Yeah, pretty good team on paper for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's gonna be nice to see how like Lowry meshes, because he hasn't played again.
When's he supposed to be back? Is he coming back before playoffs, or is he coming back?
He's supposed to be back like a week or so before playoffs. But I mean, they're still like super quiet about it and don't tell anybody anything, right? Like the original prediction was like 4 to 6 weeks or something.
Tom L says, I have nightmares of Tonka dunking on me every night.
That's fair, dude. I can get up like 3 feet, so.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'9". I'm not that tall.
Okay. Are you going to the series somewhere in Vegas?
I'll go for the main event for sure. I'll be there for like the beginning of it. Not the beginning of the series, like the beginning of the main event. I'll be there for like a week and a half.
Yeah, you probably don't want to go out there for other ones because the taxes are so terrible for Canadians. It's almost not really worth it. But at the same time, it could be good for just kind of all the stuff that you're doing, because there'll be a lot of fans out there, especially around main event time. There'll be a lot of people to connect with and a lot of people from poker companies.
Yeah,
poker
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, I think if I were you, I would think a little bit about that too, because I feel like, especially for yourself, like I found those type of relationships, those meetings, seeing people in person are very valuable, especially when you're building the brand and you're trying to get yourself out there a little bit more and maybe trying to break into some of the bigger companies. So, I mean, it could be a valuable thing for you to go out there a little bit early, and instead of main event where you play for 3-4 fucking days, you're tired and you're like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to get out of Vegas and go back to Toronto.
No, I busted like 2 hours in the main event last year. You don't have to worry about me playing 3-4 days.
I'll take the over if you'd like to bet.
How much?
I don't know. I don't want to bet anything.
I'll blast off a 10K if you want to bet 100 G's.
What a fucked up bet that would be. Yeah. How much will we have to be where you would just bust out? I don't know what it could be. Like 15. Yeah, I don't even know we can make the bet. We can't make this bet. So
No.
People in the chat keep asking me what's up with the hat. Listen, here's what's up with the hat, guys. I went out to the club this weekend down in Miami. We went out till 10 a.m. It's on Instagram story. We got out of line. And one night, there was this guy. Okay, when you're like faded in the club, it's like 6 a.m. You're drunk, you're fucked up, you're at a table, you're swaying, you're having a good time. You want to have your eyes covered with glasses. Glasses, I don't care if anyone says what they do, whatever. I'm wearing glasses at the club. This guy had his hat on, the Cuban hat with glasses. I love the look. Now I'm rocking this hat forever, man. And I think, Tonka, I think you look good in a hat like this, bro. I always see you rocking the caps, man. But you ever thought about trying a little Cuban poppy hat on for yourself?
Honestly, no. I don't think it would look good.
You know what? I think you'd be surprised, buddy. That hat looks pretty good on you. I feel like you could pull off a Cuban poppy hat.
Next time I'm in Cuba, I'll try it out.
Or Miami, man. I don't know. You don't come to America much, do you?
Not really. I don't really have any need to come to America. I mean, it's not that amazing.
Yeah. Bang bang.
You know, like, can't play online poker, any tournaments. You guys just absolutely ravage me with taxes. Just like, oh yeah, you know that any cash on $10,000 plus, we're just gonna take 30% of that for absolutely no reason. Get it back if you can prove millions of dollars of live losses. Like what? No, it's yours.
Tonka needs a Cuban poppy hat. I agree. The chat thinks he definitely needs one too. I can't deny that, guys. What's up with this? All right, just got here. Don't know if we talked about Lex yet. My buddy Bruno Malfazali. If not, can you ask Parker about his relationship with Alexa Beldhouse? Obviously, you and Lex are both streaming a lot on Twitch these days. Do you guys have any type of relationship together?
Yeah, we're buddies. We've been friends for, I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 years now. We got into so I was friends with a ton of Dutch guys, a ton of like Dutch sit and go players from like back in the sit and go days, like 4 or 5 years ago. And at some point, Lex just got added into like the Dutch chat. They speak Dutch like 98% of the time in there. I just poke in every time like we're talking about. Honestly, not even that much these days anymore, but back then. And then Lex got added in there, and we started playing Dota together. Like him, I, and like 3 other Dutch guys just played Dota like obscene amounts of time, and Lex and I just became friends like via that, pretty much playing video games together. We used to play some fucked up amount of Dota. Like when I was like getting out of poker and not playing that much poker anymore, we used to play like 30 plus hour sessions of Dota. That was not ideal for like life or health or living, just anything.
Yeah, I mean, you put 2 crazy grinders like you and Lex together, you're gonna put in some. I'm very happy. He's trying to get me into play that. I'm very happy I never played those games because I imagine that I would have been the same exact way. Because
anybody who like is like a grinder or like is like played poker, like I know you've done like 24-hour sessions and shit like that. Like when you do it with video games, like the time goes by even faster because a lot of the time it's more fun, But fuck, I don't know.
It's probably like less mentally taxing too, so you don't have to take these like very in-depth, mentally draining decisions.
Definitely. That's what I always say about like video game streamers. People always like, why don't you do a 24-hour stream talk? And I'm like, dude, I'm fucking exhausted after like an 8-9 hour stream. Like I need to sit down and just like let my brain melt for a minute after like a 9-hour stream. Like video game guys can play like 16 to 24 hours. It's only like taxing on like you like because you're fucking tired because you've been up for that long. It's not taxing because like generally video games take so much less effort than like playing poker and talking about your decisions and shit. But yeah,
that's true. I found that if your head doesn't hurt after you play poker, you're not thinking enough.
Dude, yeah.
That's just what I found, because the more I've been thinking, the more my like play, I'm like my head's pounding. I'm like, what is happening here? But even during like the autopilot sessions where I would be mass tabling, drained because I wasn't putting that much thought into it. But
I mean,
you're probably not thinking enough.
Right? It's not even when you're autopiloting. Even when you're autopiloting, like you're still thinking about like a ton of shit. Like you still have changing spots and stuff. Like, but yeah, I used to go to bed. Like I remember, like I used to play. I'd play for like I don't know, like 15, 16 hours. And I'd be like, I'm not doing this tonight. Like I'm going to bed. And it was like 5 or 6 a.m. or something. And like Lex would just like rage at me and just be like, "You're not my friend. Like I thought we were friends and stuff." Because he'd been playing. Like he played for like 50 hours straight one time or something. And like I went to bed after playing with him for like 16 or 17 hours, and I woke up 8 hours later, came back out to the computer, and he was like, "Get the fuck back in here!" Like, well, I'm still going. Like he just doesn't quit. Like he's insane. That's why like I know he's gonna crush streaming and like why he's been doing so well, because like he's not gonna get burnt out because like he just doesn't have that like burnout shit. Like he just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good. Remember when he got into it, I was like, oh, this makes sense. One, you're a great talker. Two, you're literally gonna do it every single day. Yeah, his work ethic is always. I mean, since I started playing with him, which was, I mean, many years ago at this point in time, maybe 7 or 8 or something like that. He's always had that sick work ethic day after 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 every single day. So I mean, it's a very rare thing, of course, as you start to meet more poker players, as I'm sure you know a lot of poker players, it's very rare to find somebody with that type of work ethic. And when you have that type of work ethic, you can almost be successful at whatever you put your mind to doing. So whether it's streaming, whether it's poker, YouTube, whether it's, I don't fucking know, entrepreneur, there's all sorts of different things that you can accomplish if you have that work ethic in you.
For sure.
So Alfred says, ask Tonka what he thinks of the Jamie Staples Perkins prop bet.
You guys talk about that on a Perkins podcast earlier today, I guess?
Yes, we did. Okay, let me tell people. So the bet is that, let me make sure this is right. So Bill Perkins puts up $150,000. Jamie Staples and Matt Staples put up $3,000. And Jamie Staples and Matt Staples have to get within 1 pound of each other. And Jamie weighs 3 something and Matt weighs 130 pounds. So they have 1 year, I believe, to get within one pound of each other. And they can win $150,000. So what are your thoughts on this bet, Tonka?
I think it's cool, and I think it's like exciting for them, and like I think it could be like super good for Jamie for sure. But I don't really think they have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Matt has to like Jamie has to lose like 140 to like 160 pounds in a year, and Matt has to gain like somewhere between 55 and 80 pounds. Like, there's just like no way for a dude with like Matt's build to like gain that much weight in 1 year without like, being unbelievably unhealthy. Like, that's fucking impossible to do, like putting on like muscle and just getting big. Like, there's no way. Like, he's gonna have to like get fat.
Yeah, that's kind of what Perkins was talking about. Essentially, like Matt would need to gain 40 pounds.
That's
Jamie
all? Okay.
Jamie would need to lose. He's like, instead of 310, so need to lose about like 160, something like that. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like either way, it'll be successful for them, whether if they lose, because they're still gonna probably get a lot better habits, a lot better diet too. So I'm sure Matt is probably gonna have a little bit too much body fat on him, and he'll be able to cut that off. But I mean, fuck, dude. You know what? It doesn't. I feel like just the extreme type of challenge like that, win or lose, you just take so much away from. And I mean, I love challenges like that. Obviously, I did my book challenge. I've done all sorts of fucking challenges in the past. I love the extreme challenges like that because I think they build up a super high level of self-confidence.
It makes it easier than if Jamie's only 310. I thought Jamie would be more than 310.
Yeah, I think that's what 310. I'm not. Yeah, they can't do steroids, guys, by the way. I think, no roids are allowed. No performance-enhancing drugs are allowed. I don't know if they're tested. I'm not sure if Perkins has like the test or so. I don't know what's going to be happening with that.
Also, this for Jamie, I feel like for me at least, like a task like that would be like, it would take like so much more of my like energy for doing it. Like he's planning on like going on like a ton of trips in the next year and streaming like, I don't know, like 240 days or something of like 365 days. So like, I mean, it's not like he's going to have like a ton of time to like, spend like a day like working out and meal prep and doing all that stuff. Like, I don't know. It just seems like he has way too many plans going on to really focus on losing like 150, 160 pounds.
Right. You mentioned a great point, which is that it does take a lot of mental energy to then change all those habits to
not even
about not eating.
But like physical energy.
Oh, that's a good point too. It's a good point too.
And like he's gonna be traveling, like he's gonna be constantly tired from traveling. He's got like 5, 6, 7 like live trips planned in the next year. Like I just think it's like really, really reaching with like his plans for the next year, and it's like a really fucking hard thing to do, even if your like mind is completely set to it.
If you're like only doing that, then
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like if you're only doing that, I think you'd have like a pretty good chance, even though it's still incredibly hard. But like he's still gonna like try to grow his brand, try to stream a lot. Like he's planning on going, like I said, like 5 or 6 different live trips. Like I don't know, man. I think 50 to 1 is a really bad price.
I want to see if he can do it, but man, yeah, it's going to be.
I mean, I'm obviously pulling for them. I hope it'd be amazing for them, for Jamie. I don't know if it would be like amazing healthy for Matt, but it'd be amazing for Jamie to lose that kind of weight. And fucking 150 grand, that'd be sick.
I know.
But I've always seen it before.
Matt Staples gets 75,000. I mean, I feel like that'd be a little influx to the bankroll, man. So that's always a good thing. He's a young kid too. How old is he? How old is Matt Staples? 19, something like that.
He's like 20, 21. He's 20.
Yeah, man. I mean, $75,000, 20 years old, put on a little bit of weight, has some muscle.
Yeah, I just don't think
we'll see.
I just don't think it's really attainable for like the amount of shit that they want to do and stuff.
Yeah. It seems like you got a lot of plans up for your own brand. When you talk about a brand, I mean, now, you know, brand's a big thing in Twitch with the poker players. I got, obviously now you got Team Never Lucky, Doug's got Upswing, Jason Somerville's got Run It Up, Jimmy's got, you know, all sorts of things. Kevin's starting to do a lot of stuff now. He's going to go back to Big Brother Celebrity here very soon. So it seems like people are much more aware of the brand.
Yeah, I mean, we got these hats coming in. That's like the most exciting thing we have right now. But yeah, I don't know. I would love to do something like what Jason does, like Run It Up Reno, you know? Like, that's so cool. To have, like, a fucking live event, like, based around, like, you and, like, your people. Like, that would be so fucking cool. But I think that's, like, a year down the road for me, at least, like, if I want to consider doing something like that.
Yeah, I feel like if you keep establishing a relationship with 888, that could certainly be something
with them. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it seems like 888's trying to do some things. Party Poker's trying to do some things. Unibet, micro gaming. So there are other companies trying to do some things that potentially could be a partnership with them. Or as we've seen with Jason, he's been able to do some of those things. I feel like I thought he did the first run-up Reno on his own. Casino, I mean, there's casinos near you, Montreal, Toronto. I'm not sure Montreal's actually close, but I know there's other casinos in Canada. I mean, I feel like somebody like yourself, if the idea was proposed, certainly could be a possibility. I feel like, honestly, I feel like not right now, you could probably get something set up in a small capacity with a Canadian casino if you reached out and tried.
Honestly, yeah, it's not, I mean, Jason even did one in Calgary. So like, I don't know, man. Maybe I'll look into it like next year or like the end of the year or something like that. Cause I really like the idea of that. It's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, like other companies stepping up and stuff. Like I'm really excited and like looking forward to like 888 Live and like seeing like how these like live festivals like flourish and grow, especially with like, you know, all of the hate coming on PokerStars at this time, you know, like Panama was like a pretty huge flop. I feel like I don't really know if that's what like their projected numbers were, but it seemed pretty pathetic, like the amount of people that they got out to it. And just like from what I heard about like the high rollers didn't go like the way people wanted them to. I don't know, like how many runners did like the main event have? Only like a few hundred, right?
Yeah, I didn't hear too many great things about it. I heard some negative things about the upcoming. I think they have something in Russia as well. And overall, it seems like PokerStars has been trending downwards, which is why I think you've seen 888 and Party Poker put more of an emphasis on their live tournaments, because there's an opportunity for that to happen, especially when 888 gets with somebody like yourself who does have a big and growing online audience. I think that's a great move by them to do, because at least you give yourself a fucking chance in this spot. So absolutely, yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what they do too.
Yeah, like there's only been 3 so far, I think. There's only been like 2 actually. There's only been 2 main ones. One in London and the other one in King's Casino, and the next one's in Barcelona next month. So I'm excited for those.
Someone checks this. Damn, Parker's a shill now. I mean, that's kind of happens when you are sponsored by someone, you have a product. I mean, you're sponsored by someone that you believe in their fucking product, and you're going to talk about it in a positive way, unless you're sometimes Daniel Negreanu, who may or may not do that. I'm not sure, but yeah, I mean, what's kind of
sell out like that, Kip? I've always said it. You know, I'm going to sell out, boys. You guys just wait for it. Nothing will change. Like, I'm not going to change being me. I'm still going to be my obnoxious, annoying self. Like, people don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I always wonder what they basically say, like they want you to stay the same exact person you've always been, and
it's like impossible.
I mean, I guess I see that, but at the same time, when you put in work and effort for something, you probably should get rewarded on some type of level for that. Usually, reward comes with compensation of money, or it comes with new opportunities, and with new opportunities comes partnerships, and with partnerships comes talking about those partnerships. So it's sort of like a natural progression that we all go on, and very rarely does somebody put that work in and then just.
I mean,
there.
Some people believe that, like, especially with like the video game scene, you know, like some people believe that you should only stream because like you love streaming and like you love like what comes with streaming and building a community and stuff. But like ultimately, people always like sometimes people ask like, would you be streaming if you didn't make money? It's like honestly, probably not. Like if there wasn't some like monetary gain at like the end of the day, like I haven't made like an unbelievable amount of money off of streaming, but like I do genuinely really enjoy it. Like that's why I decided to do it at the beginning, because I thought that it would be cool and just like, you know, bought a camera, bought a microphone, set up OBS, and just, you know, click the fucking register button or click the start streaming button and the register button. But like at some point, if you do something for, you know, 30 to 40 hours a week, and then you spend 5 to 15 hours a week offline doing other things for YouTube brand, you know, like managing your store, all that shit. Like at some point you need to profit from these kind of things.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and it's kind of absurd that people are like, you motherfucker, why are you trying to make money off this hard work you've done? It's like, I mean, come on, man. Like, you should get rewarded. You want to keep it up, and that's the way you keep doing it. Mm-hmm. Someone said in the chat, and I noticed this earlier, by the way, and this is going to tilt anyone that goes back and sees this, but when I wear this hat, sometimes my ear is scrunched under it, so I have to put it up. You're right. Thanks for pointing that out. I appreciate you noticed that. It's fucking weird. I never even noticed that. So let's see what we got in the chat, man. Get some shout outs. You want to get some shout outs, Tonka? You got anybody out there you want to say what's up to?
Yo, Alfred wanted to shout out before. What's up, Alfred?
That was your shout out, really?
Yeah. Okay. What am I supposed to do? Yo, shout out to Alfred Anucci. Yeah, yo, Poppy.
Yes, exactly. That was really good. That was a great one. Let me try one. Now you're getting me fired up. Tommy Tom, what up, Puppy? Kora mosa, joka, mocha, mota, papa, tuka, la bote, Puppy.
You don't even know what that means, dude. You just said a bunch of words.
Yeah, you know, I've been studying Portuguese, and quite honestly, I don't have it down yet. So I'm sort of merging Portuguese, Spanish, and English together, and I formed this new master language, which I call Pinglish-geese. I don't fucking know what it's called yet. But yeah, I'm trying to learn Portuguese. I'm at a...
Why have you been trying to learn Portuguese? You having some chess matches with some Portuguese girl or what?
Well, Tonka, funny you should say that. But I had an intense match, very late night, went into the early mornings to the late night, and yeah, green card grind, kid. The green card grind, English? Yeah.
Does she speak English?
It's a real thing.
Translate the whole time.
Well, a little bit of English, but not much English though. No, so it's sort of like Google Translate on the app, and you like speak into it, and then it doesn't translate it correctly, and you get a little bit tilted.
No, it's not. You're not serious. You actually like speak into an app, and it shoots out Portuguese.
Are you putting this? Where are you live streaming this right now? Hold on. Who is watching this? First of all. Okay. For fuck's sake, where the fuck did you just put that at? Wait a second, dude. The stalkers are watching, Jonah. My God. Oh my God. But yeah, you talk into the app and you basically say something and then they say something back, and it's yeah.
Oh God.
That's how it works.
That sounds really hectic.
Yeah, it's the sacrifices you make sometimes. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's fuck, man. I don't know. I need to get off this subject right here, but man, let me see what else we got here. I tried to keep it an hour. What, virgin before sex? Oh yeah, last time the podcast, you were gonna wait for you're married to have sex. Are we still a virgin or are we not a virgin?
Oh yeah, no sex before marriage. Everybody knows the rules.
Yeah.
You know? If you're a faithful atheist like I am, then yeah, of course, no sex before marriage.
Yeah, I think that's I've gone the same way too. I've been tempted a couple times, but what do you want? Why are you laughing at me for that? Come on, kid.
I'm just laughing at this like a running meme of no sex before marriage. Like I just stole it from like one of my good buddies. Like I don't know why he started saying it, but my English buddy just used to always say like no sex before marriage and just like always make jokes. And it was always really funny to us. And then once started the stream, you know, like people would just like make fun of me for being a virgin and stuff because I look like this, and people think that I live in my mom's basement. So I just like, you know, agreed with them and told them, you know, of course I'm a virgin, you know, no sex before marriage.
Okay, well, so you are having sex. I'm just happy you're having sex. That's all I care about, man. That makes me very happy. Is this true? Joe, ask him about the accusations on the 888 Poker YouTube channel that he was caught. What? Is that a true thing? This could be true. He was caught wanky bum poking on Twitch.
Are you talking about me?
I think so. I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
What is first of all, what is wanky bum poking?
I I honestly have absolutely no idea. I
Poking your bum at the same time, or like what's going on there?
I honestly have absolutely no idea what wanky bum poking could mean, but it sounds like something that.
True. It's not true.
Okay, it's not true. Perfect. Okay, good. What do you got planned here coming? You said to stream. You're streaming. You're gonna start up again coming up here soon. You're not going to Barcelona. You're gonna be streaming a lot then.
Yeah.
So is it gonna be pretty consistent from April, May, June to the World Series then to main event?
I think so. I think the girlfriend is coming to visit the end of April. So like probably have like a little bit of a week off during the end of April. And then I don't know, I'll probably go see her, or we'll go somewhere like in the next few months after that. But I don't know. I don't have anything planned apart from that. And then the next one is Vegas for the main event.
What's up with YouTube, man? I know you've been out there in the YouTube streets getting after it a little bit. What's been what's been your experience on YouTube so far? What do you think about it?
For the most part, it is just we're mostly doing highlights. Like probably like 80-90% of the volume on YouTube right now is just stream highlights, people that miss it, people who just watch YouTube, shit like that. But I have done like a few hand history reviews and stuff, and we're gonna do some like hand history reviews for fans and like anybody who wants to send in like a hand history review on Facebook and shit going forward. So I'm gonna try to expand and do more things on social media and try to connect more with people, because I did like a Pocket Fives interview recently or something like that. And he was like, so what was your plan when you started streaming? Like, what was your plan for like social media and like streaming and stuff like that? And I was like, I don't know, dude. I don't really plan more than like 3 or 4 days ahead of time. Like, I just sort of bought a camera and a microphone and just clicked the start stream button, It's like, what are your 5-year goals? Like, what are your goals the next few years? I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to make it to the next month. Like, I don't really have goals or plans.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's I think something. I think that's better than doing nothing. Whether you have, because I think a lot of people have these like master plans, or they have these things that they think they're going to do, but then they don't ever actually do it. Whereas you sort of, and I'm the same way. I just sort of go and I just click random buttons, and normally it works out pretty well. And I feel like if you're just putting in effort, whatever it is, and plan or no plan, I think that you're doing well.
Yeah, exactly. That's always been like my whole like ideology. You just put in the work, you put in the time, you put in the effort, and things will hopefully pan out. I mean, that's not to say that I'm just like literally just clicking buttons. I never have an idea of what I'm doing or a plan, but I'm just not the kind of person that sets up like my whole year in advance. Like what Jamie did this year, I think it's like cool and shit. Like he like planned out his entire year, like pretty much like down to like every day, like what day he's gonna be streaming like that. But I can't do shit like that, because next week, like a friend might come in from out of town and might be like, hey man, we're going drinking on Wednesday night. I'm like, oh no, I have to stream, like I can't. I'll just always be changing my mind and doing different shit.
I literally don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. So I mean, believe me, I don't know where I'm staying. If I'm like I literally could go to Norway. I could stay here.
What are you guys doing? You're in Miami? Just at an Airbnb or what?
Yeah, I'm at an Airbnb in Miami right now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys been going wild the last like week or so, huh?
You see the Instagram stuff?
I saw a few. I saw some Instagram shit of you guys being hungover. It's what, you and Jonah and just the two of you?
Yeah, so it's me, Jonah, and a couple guys that work for Poker Central, Sam Simmons and Rich. Shout out to Sam, shout out to Rich. They do all the content, and they're basically like two of the guys in charge of Poker Central. So we went pretty hard to a place called Club 11 in Miami. It's a half strip club, half dance club. So like regular people go there, but there's happen to be strippers all over the place, and it's fucking madness basically. And we were there till about 8 a.m., 10:30 a.m. a couple nights in a row. So yeah, yeah.
So what are you going to Norway for?
I got friends, man. I'm a friendly guy, kid. I don't know, Poppy. I got a friendly guy, man.
I realize. Sometimes you got to play chess all over the world. I feel you.
OGG, Poppy. The OGG, man. The overseas girl grind sometimes gets you, man. I don't know.
It happens.
Someone said, I go to Ultra. Yes, we went to Ultra. We definitely did go to Ultra. You ever go to you ever a dancer, Taka? You a music festival guy? I'm not
big on that whole scene, I gotta be like unreasonably. I'll do it. I'll go to clubs and I'll do this kind of thing, but I need to be unreasonably fucked up to do these kind of things. I'm not the kind of person that's just like, fuck yeah, dude, let's go to Ultra for 3 days and get our dance on. I just really want to be like out in the scorching hot with a bunch of fucking drugged up people just rubbing up our sweaty bodies against each other and just listening to relatively same beat kind of shit music, you know? Like, I'll do it if I'm like super, super fucked up, but I wouldn't do it for like a weekend without, you know, copious amounts of alcohol and, you know, some fun.
We have been talking exactly like that for the past. We're like, dude, let's just fucking get after it, man. We're gonna get after it so fucking hard and trying to pump it up. And that's how we've been having to feel, man. You got to manifest the energy inside of yourself sometimes, and you got to create the feeling. You got to visualize you. And so we did in the chat. Tonka and Joey could be Jonah Hill and Leo DiCaprio of poker. See it? I don't know. I don't hate that idea. I like that idea though. It's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, Jonah Hill got skinny for some role. I'll take it. You know, at this point, I'm just like, I don't. It's just like, hey man, you look like this guy, and then I look up who it is, and it's like, oh, he's like a generic white dude that's overweight. You know, it's like he doesn't look anything like me, but he happens to be a white guy that's overweight. It's like, wow, you look like this darts player, so and so, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's a fat white guy. I'm like, yeah, I can see it. People aren't.
That's it, huh?
Aren't that creative, man.
Rough life, huh? I mean, maybe you need to get on that prep bet with Perkins, I suppose. I don't know, kid. What do you think about a little 100-day challenge, kid? What do you think?
Dude, if he wants to give me 50 to 1 on losing 100 pounds in a year, I'm all there. I can lose
outside of that now.
I feel like my healthy weight is like 100 pounds less than what I am now. Like right around there. Maybe like 80 to 100, somewhere in that range.
But do you have any desire to potentially pursue that, or are you like,
nah, I mean, yeah,
whatever.
At some point, definitely. I have pretty bad. I've done it before, and I've lost weight as well. Like not like a ton of weight, but I've been like I've lost like 25 pounds less than what I am now before. But I don't know. I really struggle to keep like a routine. You know, like I really have to keep like a hardcore routine, and like I can do it for like a week or two, and then I get like sick of cooking. I need to if I'm ever really gonna do it, I have to either hire some form of like personal chef or like some meal plan or something like that.
Yeah, it's tough to keep. I mean, I'm the same with cooking in the past. I just go buy pre-made meals from Whole Foods, put it in the oven, and then eat it, because cooking for like a week, you're like, this is fun. And then like 2 weeks, you're like, dude, this fucking sucks.
Yeah,
like 30 minutes every meal.
It's like I'll do like meal prep for like a week, and then I'll cook myself dinners and stuff like that. Like I'll have like lunch boxes for lunch, and I'll have like cottage cheese for breakfast, and I can do it for like a few weeks. And then I'm like, I don't want to fucking cook again. Like it's the same shit, and I eat it all week. I don't know.
All right, let's take a couple questions. I know we're going to talk out here about an hour, so he's going to go to a basketball game. Let's find a couple questions in the chat. Let's see what we got. Gotta love how Droll. Wait, what? Wait, are you playing Mike Natale heads up?
I mean, I want to. That guy's a fucking dick, and like he needs to get spanked again. I would love to. But I don't think he wants to.
If you play him, are you not going to talk the entire time, or will you actually speak?
Dude, I will run my mouth and beat the fuck out of him and show him every bluff. No problem.
I think he'll play. You got to give him odds, I think, though.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that. I mean, first I was like, when they tweeted like, oh, he's looking for his next opponent, I was like, in. And his response was, oh yeah, you tweeted back at him or whatever. But he was like, this is going to be on live television. You know, you're too ugly, kid, or something like that. And I was like, fucking savage.
I know. I commented back. I was like, Tonka's not ugly. What are you talking about, man? Come on.
I was like, listen, I know I ain't no prize, but I'm not ugly. I have a little bit of like baby face cuteness going on, you know?
For fuck's sakes, man. I think it's like I think it's a good contrast. You got Natale, the muscles going on. You got Tonka, man, baby face kid, that online guy from Twitch streamer. I feel like it'd be a good match, man. It'd be good for TV.
Definitely. It would definitely be more entertaining than the Kate Hall Mike Natale match. I mean, like, Kate is like full of fight, and she's a true keyboard warrior, you know? Like she'll fucking run her mouth on the internet. But from what I've seen and heard, she's very, very, very reserved in real life, and probably won't beat people in real life as much. So like that's
I was surprised, man. I was surprised by the lack of communication that went on her side during that match.
Like from everything she says, she always says like, I'm like the most shy person ever. Like I'm not like, even if like you know her through online or something, she's like, I'm not gonna come up to you. Like you have to come up to me and say hello, type of thing. So I wasn't really surprised that there was like no real shit talking. But my God, it'd be so easy to shit talk Dolly. Like, I'm trying to think of like a positive about the dude, and I can't really find one.
I mean, I tied him on the pod. I mean, I like a lot of people though, to be honest. So I like them too. I don't know, man. I think we had a fun time hanging out.
The bad person though, like all people like this, it's like if you like had a night out with him and you like hung out with him and like you were his buddy, like I'm sure he's like a fine dude, But like he just comes off as a very not intelligent, roided up kind of fucking weirdo.
If people in the chat say Dentale does not have any fans, I 100% know that is incredibly false. He has a lot of fans out there. I think Dentale has a lot of fans with people who may have similar views as he does or may have similar dislikes.
Stupid Americans that support Trump that are fucking well behind Dentale. There's a lot of stupid people out there, Stupid people, they band together.
Bang, bang. There ain't no stupid people. Not in the Twitch chat, though. All the guys in the Twitch chat are pretty smart guys.
Nah, there's like 60% of those guys. They're not very smart either.
Bang, bang. I didn't say it, okay? I don't know. I don't know what these guys I don't know anything about these guys, man. So
60% is a random number.
Love how Tonka thinks his 1v1 game is shit and he still wants to play the tough guy.
Dude, he's a tough guy because he's got big muscles. He ain't tough when it comes to poker. I mean, he's like a straight up recreational player, Like he like admits that, I'm pretty sure. Like he's a businessman, Like if you watch a heads up match, like I call myself a weak heads up player against like good online regulars and heads up players. Those are the kind of people that I'm like, man, I don't want to play heads up. I don't play much heads up. But yeah, Dentale, like if you watch maybe like 15 minutes of that heads up match, that you got to fucking study poker for 45 minutes and you can have a fighting chance against that dude.
Bang, bang. I mean, I guess. I'm ready. I didn't watch too much of the match, but I got to say the parts I did watch.
I mean, Queen 5, right? That's all you got to say.
Some subpar play happened in that, man. But they don't claim to be heads up experts as well, too. So, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk too badly about the play. And I mean, the play is what it is. So a couple more questions here from the chat. I often plaster all over my team number lucky cap.
Why are you reading that comment?
I can't believe I thought it was about the way that you wear your hat. But no, he's basically saying he played. Oh my fucking God, dude. Okay, that's weird. Let me find some other comments here first. Luke Shorts. Luke Shorts, you like Luke Shorts, don't you?
I think Luke Shorts is funny. I think he's funny. You guys had that funny pod, huh? I didn't end up watching the whole thing, but I know you guys got fucked up on it and he fired a lot of shots. I really liked Polk's shot back at him though, where he put up like his like online like high stakes cash graph or whatever, and he's just down like 600 grand or something like that. Like that was pretty funny. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think Shorts is funny. I actually like beat Shorts one time deep in like a W Coop 5K where he like 5 or 6 bet folded to me or something. I can't remember what the hand was, but it was funny.
You better not tell him this, Tonka. I don't know what he's going to say about you next time we might talk. So I don't want him coming on the pod saying mean things about you, buddy.
No, that's okay. I can take it. I got thick skin. People have been saying mean things about me since I was a young boy, okay? I've grown some.
Dude, someone texted you got braces. You got braces?
Nah, I got a sneeze in. That's what it looks like. One of these.
Oh, you got the snus stuff?
These cancer packs that you put under your gums.
Dude, why the fuck did you get into that? You got into that when you were out there, weren't you?
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. I cannot believe it. They got you, kid.
They did.
The Scandinavians always have those things in their mouth. All the PLO guys I'm friends with in Vegas, the whole entire summer, it's just always in their fucking mouth. And I'm like, dude, how can that possibly be GTO?
It's nice. It's nicotine. It's like smoking cigarettes, but not as gross. But people think it is as gross. But the pure fact that like you don't smell like Ebola and like somebody who doesn't smoke sitting beside you isn't like fucking close to vomiting every 15 seconds is just like, that's why it's nicer.
Well, I'm going to take your word for it because I'm never going to try that in my life.
Don't do it.
All right, a couple more things here. We're getting you on time for the basketball game, kid. I like the hour, man. I like this little hour mark here. You kind of keep it short, you keep it sweet, and you have these like bang, bang, bang topics, get a little catch up, get to see how you're doing. And yeah, man. It seems I'm just happy things are going well with you, man. You've really kept at it, and I always talk about this. Nothing more I respect than someone who works fucking hard or someone that puts in a lot of effort. And And quite honestly, someone that's good at poker. I don't know. I like players that are great at poker. I just do, because that's what I've always worked towards, what I've always worked after. And I think someone that combines all those things and then, you know, also gets into the streaming game, gets into the content game, man, it's pretty cool to see, man. So I'm very happy that you've had the success you've had so far, the effort you put in. And I expect to see a similar growth in the future with all the opportunities that I feel like are coming your way.
I'm excited for the future for sure. Thank you. It's been good, and I think it's just going to keep going well. Like, I think we're just going to keep growing. I don't really think that it's going down at any point. I think I'm just positive for the future.
Yeah. Lucas, we missed that topic. I forgot. Does Tonka play the great game of Pop Limit Omaha? And
what was that? We were gonna do something before. You know, we were gonna do some YouTube shit or something. Like, maybe I'll play a Pop Limit Omaha tournament and you can fucking review it or something and just absolutely fucking laugh your head off. I miss Click Reg the Sunday Grand, the PLO Sunday Grand one time. That was a nightmare.
I gotta be honest, I feel like you probably play better than you or I expect you to play.
I know that you're supposed to play super tight in tournaments. That's what I've learned recently. That you're supposed to play very tight and just wait for good hands. But I don't know. I don't like it. It's too many cards. Every hand looks nice.
I mean, that's kind of the fun part of the game. Every hand is nice. You get 4 cards. You never have to fold. You get.
I want to play every hand, and then I'm just gonna lose.
Tonka, just before we go, picture this. Okay, picture this. You're on an island with your girlfriend. You got your laptop on your right. You got a Corona on your left.
Mm-hmm.
On the right, you got 4 cards in your hand. You get 3-bet. You never have to fold ever to a 3-bet.
That's pretty good, because I don't really fold to 3-bets in no limit poker. So that's pretty good. I can definitely get down. I am an NL08 pro, by the way.
You are an NL08 pro.
Yeah. I'm an NL08 progressive hyper turbo professional.
What the fuck does that even mean? Wait, what? What are you talking about? When did you become a professional like this?
I play an 82 NL08 6 max progressive knockout hyper turbo, because even like somebody with fucking absolutely no idea about the game just knows that if you get 4 cards, you can go all in and have like 35% equity to get a bounty. So I just get 4 cards and I move all in for like 40 big blinds, and it's worked out in the past. I've won that tournament like 4 times. It's awesome.
What the fuck? Yeah, I mean, I feel like you'd play better than you might think at the PLO tournament. I just got a feeling, man. Anyone that's, yeah, I got high hopes for it. So, someone said we should do edibles on a stream. Can we do that? Do you do edibles?
I can eat a brownie.
Okay, not right now, but I think we should keep this in mind for the future in some capacity. You live in Toronto, correct?
Yeah, right downtown.
Okay, perfect. I might be there very soon. So if we are, I'll let you know. And it'll be fun. Actually, it could be during playoff time. So if I go there,
oh baby,
I got no friend. Whatever. That's it. All right, I'll let you go, kid. You want to get out of here? Tell people where they can find you, Poppy. Give yourself a little bit of CTAs here.
Neverlucky.tv, twitter.com/tonkaaP with 4 A's. tonkaaP on every platform. If you want to hit me up on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, or Facebook's, no, it's tonkaaP. Yeah. TeamNeverlucky.com, neverlucky.tv, though. We're going to be streaming tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Going to be like the first stream in like 10 days or something. So I'm looking forward to that, winning a few tournaments for sure.
Jesus Christ, that was a 6 CTA, bro. My God. Poppy, that was a good CTA. You're better at that than the shout-outs, that's for sure.
What are you talking about? I gave a good shout-out.
You gave a great shout-out, but yeah, I guess, you get a great shout-out.
The first one was like, yo, shout-out to Alfred. And the second one was like, hey, yo, Poppy.
Yeah, you do that really well. You should say Poppy more, I think. People would love it. Why are you taking pictures of me, Jonah? All right, guys, that's all. I'll let him go. Guys, check out the new clothes. GTO's the way of life. It's actually not new. It's old, but we put them back up because people asked for them. It's on onepokerlife.com/shop to find all the merchandise. We'll be putting out merchandise that is fucking awesome. And that's all I got to say about that. Tonka, much love, buddy. Nice catching up with you. Enjoy the game. Good luck with the relationship, kid. Enjoy the long distance, my friend.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, guys. See you guys later. Be back next Monday with Doug Polk, and could be back Friday too with the podcast as well. So